Greetings, I'm Barrett, and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. We're going to begin our playthrough of Shadows of Kilforth. This is my Kickstarter copy, and I'm really excited to get this game to the table for you. Now, as you can see right here, I have this neoprene mat that I got in the Kickstarter. We're going to use that for the game itself, and I also have some player mats that we're going to use too. Now, we're going to play this game as a two-player cooperative game. So I'm going to be running two different characters at the same time. You can play this game solo or up to 4 players, and it can be played cooperatively or even competitively. Shadows of Kilforth is the second game in the series of, I guess you could call the Kilforth series. The first one was Gloom of Kilforth. Now, I actually don't have a copy of that game. I really wish I did. And if I did, I know that you can actually intermix some of the parts of Shadows of Kilforth with Gloom of Kilforth, making kind of an epic game that you could play. Also, as this game grows and more games come out in the Kilforth, like, I guess you could say genre or world, the Kilforth world, that's probably the best way to say it. You can probably be able to mix all these things together as these games grow. So it gives you a mountain of stuff to use if you can actually gain all the different games that this has. Now right now there's Gloom of Kilforth and Shadows of Kilforth. Now in this video, we're going to go ahead and set up the board. We're also going to meet our two characters, and we're going to know where everything is laid out in the game, and we're also going to find out what ancient we're going to be fighting, which is going to be kind of our bad guy in the game. This game is going to be awesome. I'm really excited to bring this to you. If you're excited to see how Shadows of Kilforth is played, then I need you to meet me at the table.
Make it right the last time you will hear.
Now to set the game up, the game comes with this great Kilforth reference sheet guide that tells you exactly how to set everything up. And if this is too big, it actually even comes with one that's folded out. Now I believe I got this as part of the Kickstarter upgrades, but the actual game box does come with this exact thing. And it's pretty much the same thing as this, it's just this is all folded up. So if we look up here, it does start with placing the locations in a 5x5 grid with Shaba Shrine in the center, or Couch of Death for a more difficult game. Let's go ahead and look at those cards. Now the first one we have is our Shaba Shrine. I hope I said that right. I probably didn't, but there you go. Now this is for the actual game you're going to play. If you want a harder difficulty, you can use the other one. In this one, we're able to perform market actions here. That's one of your actions you're going to be doing during the turn. Now if you decide not to play with that one and you want to play a more difficult game, they do have the Couch of Death. Now notice this is all blocked off. It does say the heroes may not perform market actions here, and heroes begin the game with 1 less max HP. And the HP is not only your life force, but it also is going to be your action points as well. You're going to see how that works in the game. We're not going to be playing a difficult game. We're going to be removing that one, and we're going to be playing with just the main actual starting location. So we're going to put that right down in the middle, and we're going to set up the rest of the board. Now we're going to go ahead and take our cards and shuffle them up, and we're going to place them out randomly across the board, starting up at the top. So just like this, here we go. And through the power of video technology, we're going to make this go real fast.
The last time you will hear.
And ta-da, we have our board. We are ready to go. Now this might be one of the only times you see the board fully panned out like this, because a lot of the cards we're going to want to read, and we're going to have to bring them up to the camera like this. And if it's so far back, it's going to be hard to read what's going on in the game. So you're going to see more close-ups of all these. And besides, the artwork in this game is absolutely amazing. And I want to make sure everybody's able to see all the different locations we go to. Look at, there's a rainbow up there, but look at, there's stuff coming out for the bottom. Oh, this place is awesome. All right, we're going to put that back down there. Enough looking at the art. It's time to get our characters all set up. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and continue down our reference guide here. It says to place the encounter reward and night decks. So we're going to get all of those. And these are going to be our encounter decks. They're going to go right here. And they have the picture right there on the neoprene mat. It's absolutely awesome. I love this neoprene mat. I know I've said that many times, but I'm just keep on going to say it. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some of the stuff from the Kickstarters. So the Shadows of Kilforth Adventures adds a whole bunch more 54 brand new, unique, and gorgeously illustrated cards to add to your game of Shadows of Kilforth. Adventure adds even more stunning content to your encounter and reward decks to enhance the variety and narrative of your journey through the world of Kilforth. Simply shuffle the extra cards in, and we are going to do that. It comes with a whole bunch of more cards over here, so I'm going to add these in. So right here are the encounter deck add-ons. So we're going to add in our plains, we're going to add in mountains, forests, and badlands to the actual core box games that they have. Now, if you're ever wondering which one actually is from the game and which one is from the box, they're right down in this little corner. This is about the only time you're ever going to see it. It has a little AD symbol. I don't know if that really shows through there. AD1. Now, the actual game itself only has numbers. So we know that these are going to be actually from that expansion, where these are the actual core game ones. And we're just going to shuffle these all together and put them out on the board. So now that we have all these encounter decks all shuffled up, we're going to go ahead and throw them out on the board just like this. We got the plains, the mountains, then we've also got the forests right here. Give them a little quick truffle shuffle, put the forests out, and then our last one is our badlands. We're going to put those right up here. Now those are all 4 of our encounter decks. The next deck of cards is our night cards. I'm going to quickly shuffle these up. These are 25 cards. These cards are what are going to turn our map into gloom, which is meaning it is becoming more and more of a dark place to be. Also inside this deck is basically it's our timer. When this runs out, we also lose the game. That's one of the lose conditions. As these cards get flipped over, we're going to be turning things into gloom, and we're also going to be doing what is on these cards. It could be anything from weather conditions to actual quests we could be doing. We're going to see how this all unfolds. This is going to be a really cool thing. Now over here, we're going to have our rewards decks. They're going to be allies, items, titles, and spells. So I've gone ahead again and shuffled them all together with the stuff from the actual add-on expansion part. So we've gone ahead and shuffled them all in there. We're just going to put them out here. We got our titles, our spells, our items, and then the last thing we're going to put down are our allies. These are going to be pretty awesome. I'm excited to see what's inside these decks. Now the next thing we're going to go ahead and do, according to our reference guide, is we're going to grab an ancient. We're going to grab 1 per hero in the cooperative game, and we're going to place an ancient card beside the map. Place an ancient abilities and plot cards beside it as well. Now the game only comes with 4 ancients, but that makes sense because it's a cooperative game. You're going to be each having to take on an ancient, where if you're playing competitively, you're only going to be going after 1 ancient. Whoever gets it wins the game. So we're going to mix these up a little bit, and we're going to draw 2. We're going to draw this one and this one. Now those are the 2 ancients we're going to be fighting against. Let's see what they are. It is the, Render of Flesh, an ancient demon. The Render takes exquisite delight in sculpting its dying and wounded victims into wretched effigies of flesh. Set loose from beyond the veil, it has a new world of creatures to add to its living tableau. All right, now when this monster does come out, it's going to come out in the Dark Pinnacle. If we beat it, we get 10 gold. That's fantastic. It has 13 health and has a fight of 5. I'll demonstrate how all this works while we do the playthrough, but just know this is one of the characters we have to face. Now the next one we have to face is going to be the River of Malice. He has 6 fight, 12 health. Oh my gosh, he's an ancient demon as well. He's going to come out in the World of Heart. Wow, okay. It says, the Reaver consistently feasts on the maggots and demonic lice that crawl across its hide, but its thirst for sowing hatred and violence among the free people is unquenchable. So those are our 2 ancients. I'm just going to kind of place them right there next to each other, and then we have to take their ability cards as well. Each one of them comes with their own ability card, so we're going to take the 2 for the ones we have. Now the abilities up here are only going to happen when they actually come out in battle. The ones that matter to us right now is during the night phase, which is one of the 2 phases in the game. Whenever a mountain location falls in the gloom, we're going to place a random plot card on it, and it also heals as it goes each night phase when we decide to actually fight them. I'm going to place that one there, and I'm going to place the other one just right on top of it. It's pretty much the same type of deal. These might be a little bit different up here. Oh, it does have a setup thing. Remove all gold tokens from the loot bag before the game begins. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Oh, that's devastating. There's some gold tokens in there, but not anymore. I'll show you what those are when we go to set up our bag. Now, when the forest location falls into gloom, we're going to place a random plot card on top of that. He's going to heal 2 points during the night phase when he comes out. I'm going to place both of those just like that so we can hopefully remember all those things. Now, next to these things right here are their plot cards. These are going to come out like you saw on their abilities as you go ahead and put some of these into gloom. As each one of these falls into gloom, if it's a forest or what's the other location? Mountain. If we ever have a mountain location turn to gloom, which will be on this side, we're going to have to put a plot card on top of that. And we're going to have to either deal with it or leave it out there. And if we don't deal with it, these characters can become more powerful with the plot cards that are out there in some instances. Now, the next thing we have to do in our setup is draw and discard night cards to determine the starting gloom. Now, we have 2 heroes, so we're going to go ahead and flip over 3 night cards. Now, those places are automatically going to start in gloom. Now, according to the designer of the game, if you flip over anything that has to do with the ancients, like if we flip over a mountain or a forest, technically we do have to put a plot card out, but he does say it's kind of up to you how you want to play your game. If you want to have a little bit of breather at the beginning, that's totally fine. I think we're going to go ahead and not put out plot cards. We're just going to go ahead and flip these over and put those into gloom. So the first one is going to be our All Is Well. Oh, that probably would have been when breaking camp ends, each hero gains 1 comfort. Wow, confront AP, that's not bad. But the Dark Pinnacle is going to fall into gloom. Our next one we're going to return over is this one. So the Spider Grove is going to fall into gloom. Now, we're not going to be doing what's on the cards. We're just looking to see what places are falling into gloom. And last but not least, we have the Black Cave. So we're going to go ahead and flip those 3 locations into gloom. So the first one is the Dark Pinnacle. It's going to go from this side to gloom. And now if you noticed, whenever we go here, we're going to gain 3 health. What's this? Each hero in this location during the night phase draws and fully resolves 1 extra night card. Oh, I don't want to be anywhere near that location. All right, we're going to put that one back. And as you can see on this, not only are we drawing an extra night card, we're going to be gaining 3 health if we actually rest here too. So it would be good if you don't have any health to actually rest there, but obviously turning over 2 more night cards is going to make the game move along faster and make it harder for you to actually get to the end. Our next location that's going to fall into gloom is our Spider Grove. Our Spider Grove is going to turn to gloom. There it goes. Oh, goodbye, Spider Grove. Now, it does say heroes lose 1 AP when they move into this location. That's action points. You only get 4, or you get action points based on the amount of health you have. So if you have 4 health, you have 4 actions, and we'd be losing 1 if we move into this location. Also, you'd be losing 1 health if you decide to camp there for the night. And our last location is the Black Cave. We're going to lose the Black Cave. We're going to go ahead and flip it to gloom, and let's see what it says. Heroes may perform 1 move action here to move directly to the Serene Lake. Wow, if I can talk. Serene Lake. Now, some of these do have connecting locations. They're kind of like secret paths to get back and forth from places. So this could get you to the Serene Lake if you want to. So here we go, we have our board all set up. We have the Dark Pinnacle, the Spider Grove, and our Black Cave are already in gloom. They've already fallen to the gloom. Now we're gonna go figure out who are we gonna be on this wonderful, epic journey. We're gonna put them right here, and we're gonna begin Shadows of Kilforth. So now continuing with our setup, we're going to go ahead and select our heroes. For each hero, we're going to take a race and class card. So those are the first 2 cards we're going to need. The race we are going to be is the Watcher. I am super excited to be the Watcher. The Watcher has such amazing art. I love the concept of this character where it's just kind of the blindfolded fighting idea. Now it could be either be the male side or the female side. I really think this art is awesome. So we're going to go ahead and be the Watcher. We're going to go ahead and put that right there. Then the next thing we have to do is choose our class, and why not be a ninja? Look at how awesome this is. A kind of a blind fighting ninja. That's going to be awesome. Now they do have a couple abilities here. One is Abduct. You may only use allies for their keywords for your saga. Treat all their text and attribute bonuses or boxes as though they are blank. So this character can't really have allies. It's only going to be able to have them for their keywords, and I'll show you how that works during the game. Now the Watcher itself here does have an ability called Beyond Sight. Your foes can never surprise you, and you start the game with 5, not 4 fate tokens. Again, that'll be explained during the playthrough. Fate is going to help you with successes when it goes to do skill checks, and whether you're surprised or not actually influences how many dice certain monsters and you are going to get during the combat. Also up on top, they do have their stats. They have their fight value, their study value, their sneak value, and their influence value. And these are the dice, the amount of dice you're going to roll when you go to make your checks. And of course, you're going to add that to your class is going to be added to your race as you do this. So she actually is going to have 3 fight, 3 sneak, 5 study, and 2 influence. Now the next thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to place the matching character standee on the shrine area. We're going to do that when we go to the board. We also get to take our 3-card saga, 2 chapter cards, and 1 final card. The one we're going to do for her, I think, is going to be, I like this one, Haunted Past. So we have a 3 chapter and then our 1 at the end. Now we've got the Haunted Past. This is going to be our chapter 1. We're going to place that on top of the other ones. I believe that's the next thing it's going to tell you to do. Yep, chapter 1 is placed on top. Now we're going to draw 2 reward cards from a deck and keep 1 as a rumor. A rumor is different than an asset. This is your asset area on this player mat. And those are things that you've already found or that are actually physically able to be used by you. When you actually carry the object in your hand, it's a rumor or ally or actually a title. It's a rumor, and you don't get that until you discover it. I'll show you how that works. We get to choose, what is it, 2? We get to draw 2 reward cards from a deck. So let's go ahead and take some rewards. The reward deck we're going to take them from is our item deck. It's located by the symbol down here, and it says item. Now this is what I'm talking about. I'll show you exactly. So nunchaku. It's an item, weapon, deed, veil. Veil's another term for using a card, so you're going to turn it sideways when you use it. It says your foe rolls 1 less dice during this battle. Now this is going to be, if I decide to keep this, is a rumor, and I would be able to find it if I go to the Forging Castle and perform an action there. Then I would gain it as an asset. It would go here, and then I would be able to use the text box for this weapon. The other item we have is, what is it? Pepper Pot. It's an item, it's a potion. Sacrifice. When an engagement starts, evade the enemy and skip the engagement. So I could take either one of these into my hands. I think this nunchaku is going to be great. So I'm going to have that in our hand as a rumor. And I'm going to go ahead and discard this one. The next thing we have to do is what it says down here. Take 4 hit points, 4 fate, a gold, a hidden token, and 4 enemy tokens. Choose, and I have to choose my side. So let's go ahead and do that. We have all our tokens. These are our fate tokens. We can use these to help with successes during the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I get an extra one because I'm a watcher. So I'm going to have 5 of these fate tokens. We're going to lay them right down here in this fate pool that we have. We also start with 1 gold. So I'm going to put a gold down there. Every character starts with a hidden token, and it's going to be not on right now. If I ever become hidden, I'm going to move it over here. Hidden is going to help us when it comes to trying to avoid certain encounters. Also, it's going to give us a jump on some enemies. And of course, with our Watcher's ability, she can't actually be surprised. So if an enemy comes out and attacks her and she's not hidden, they would surprise a character normally, but not her. It's going to be awesome. Now, we also get to gain our health and our action points. So we're going to gain 4 health. I actually grabbed 5. We only get 4. Our Watcher has 4 health. So we get 4 health for her, and then we also get 4 actions. And those are denoted by these black ones right here. So as we use our actions, we're going to slide them over here. As we take damage, we're going to move our hearts over there. Now your action points are equal to the amount of health you have as well. So if we ever lose a health, we're going to actually lose an action point as well. And now we're only down to 3 that we can use. But that is our starting character. I think that's everything we need for our first character. It sure is. We are ready to start with our Watcher. Now let's learn about our second character. So our second character that we're going to play is going to be from the community. During the unboxing video, I asked if there are certain characters people wanted to see played, and I did get a request for the vampire. So we're going to put the vampire out on the board. We can either be the male vampire or the female vampire. It's up to you. Again, in the comments below, I'm going to have you go ahead and tell me which one you want to see. Here's what the female one looks like. And here's what the male one looks like. They are both the same. They both have the same ability and everything. It does say energy drain. When you defeat an enemy, heal 1 HP and gain 1 move action point. That's going to be pretty awesome. I'm just going to put that there. I'll let you guys decide if it should be female or male vampire. And the class I've chosen is this one. And if I pronounce this wrong, I apologize. I'm guessing it is something like Chevalier or something. And if that's wrong, I apologize. But here is going to be our class. Now he can Veil. He's a horseman, gain 1 move AP. So this character can move a little bit faster than our other character. I'm going to go ahead and put that there. And I thought they would complement each other pretty well because he's got 3 fight, 2 study, 2 stealth, and 3 influence, where he's going to give this character these extra bonuses, bringing this to a 3 and a 4. Also, something I didn't do for the other character that I have to make sure I do is this character is also going to have the pious down here. And that means that as we play through the game, our character is going to be leveling up and gaining these abilities. And I'll make sure to put these on with our other character as well. But we're going to start with none. We don't start with any, but as we level up, we're going to gain these. And we can choose, when we do go to level 1, which one of these we want. Now, if you're playing 2 players and you had 2 pious characters out here, the first person we get that got to that level would get to choose, and the second one would just get whatever's left over. That's just kind of how it works. But for right now, we don't actually have any skills. I'm just going to put them all right there and not with any of their text box showing, just to show that we have these and we're going to be gaining them as we play through it. Next, we have to go ahead and choose our saga. I've gone ahead and chosen Capture the Lawbreaker. So we're going to put that right up here, and I've got the 3 cards that go along with it, chapter 1, 2, 3, and then the final one. Next thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and grab all our tokens, and we also get to get our rumor. So I've got our stealth token. I'm going to put that right here. We get our 4 action points because, of course, our vampire starts out with 4 health. We're going to put that all right here as well. And then now she's not that Fight of the Watcher, so she doesn't get 5 of these fate tokens. She only gets 4. Now, it could be a he depending on what we decide. And I also get 1 gold. I'm going to put that there. And each of our characters do get a standee that we get to put on the board. For example, here's the male standee. I'm going to put this out on the board when we go. And here is our Watcher standee. We're going to put that out on the board as well. Another thing we have to do for this character and the other characters, we have to choose a side. We could either be the members of the Rosen Knights or the Doom Guard. So each one is represented by this token, the Doom Guard and the Rosen Knights. We're going to be members of the Rosen Knights because that's going to be awesome. I'm just going to put that right down here. Now, also down here are some skulls. Those are going to be these little tokens that I have. They're either this or flags. Flags mean they're actually taken by a certain person, but we're just going to put them down here as skulls. Those tokens can flip either way depending on what you need them for. And what these tokens are going to represent is as you're playing through the game, you may come across like a wanderer, or not a wanderer, an encounter that is going to be peaceful at first, but if you fail some tests, you might have to actually fight them. And this is something you can put on that card to represent that you know that you're going to be fighting that character. But if the other character that in a co-op version or even a competitive version comes in there, they don't necessarily have to fight it. They could also try to influence that encounter and not have to fight it. But you do because you've already failed the influence test. So these tokens help with that. I'm going to put them down on our player mat right over here. And the last thing we need to do is draw a rumor. And again, I think we're going to go with the items just because why not? Items are good. We're going to take some items here. We've got the Shuriken. It's an item weapon sacrifice. When a battle round starts, gain fight +4 until the end of the battle round. Well, that sounds not too bad. And our other one is a Harayata. I'm totally pronounced that wrong, I'm sure, but it says hero enters play, place 3 HP on this card. Hero, whenever you would lose 1 HP, you may discard 1 HP from this card instead. And you cannot have surprise. Oh, okay. This is going to be kind of loud noise like armor, and so you can't surprise people. But I'm actually going to take that. I think having the extra health will be good. So that will be our rumor that we're going to carry into the game. Now, of course, it can only be found here down at the Fool's Den. So wherever that is where we need to go if we actually want to find that. Now, of course, I could sacrifice this for its keywords if they were to help my saga, but they don't. Now that is our vampire all set to go. In the comments below, do you want me to be a female vampire or a male vampire for this playthrough? That is your call. Please let me know. Also, we're going to go ahead and give our rebel cards, which is what our watchers should have. And we're also going to place our enemy and tokens down for our watcher as well. I've chose purple for her basically because purple is one of her best stats, and also I'm a big fan of the Minnesota Vikings, so we are going to give ourselves some purple tokens. Now that we have our board set up and our 2 characters ready to go, the last few things I need to do is I need to create our token bag. So here we got all our tokens. I'm going to put them right into this bag. This is a bag that came with some of the Kickstarter extra stuff. It's super big, so I can get my hands in there really easily. Really awesome bag. Now, of course, because of our Ancient, we were not able to put any of the gold tokens in there. So the only way we're going to be able to gain gold is by actually defeating encounters and taking their gold values or selling equipment and stuff along the way. And that's it. We're going to go ahead and put our 2 characters out on the board. I think it's be best if I just place them like that. I might try with they also come with, of course, with standee things that you're supposed to place on the characters. And we'll see how that works on camera versus being able to just put them out on the board like that. I'm not sure which is going to be the best approach. We'll kind of go back and forth and decide as we play through the game. Now, of course, we do have to choose a first hero. We're going to do that at the beginning of our next video. And that's it. We're done setting up for Shadows of Kilforth. We're ready to start the game. I do want to mention, though, that I am not using any cards from the Dark Shadows expansion that came with this game as well. They're supposed to be a little bit too risque for some of the other art that's in the deck cards. So I just want to make sure we leave this as family friendly as we can and not be using any of these cards, though these cards do have some really cool art on them. I'm excited to take on Shadows of Kilforth. I hope you enjoyed the intro setup video for this wonderful game. If you did, don't forget to like, hit subscribe, the bell symbol so you know when the playthrough comes out. Because if you just watch the intro, you have to know how this game actually transpires. Otherwise, why would you just watch the intro? I'm excited to show you all the cool things. Now, of course, as we play through the games, we are going to be revealing cards. So you are actually going to see some of the stuff in the game. Of course, there are so many different cards from so many things that I'm not going to be spoiling the whole game playing just one time. But you will know some of the stuff that is happening in the game, not to mention these sagas that we're doing. You're going to know those as well. Well, depending on if we actually make it through them, we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're excited to see if our Watcher and Vampire can make it through the Shadows of Kilforth, then I need you to meet me at the table.